Hello friends, welcome to the class of high voltage engineering. So we have discussed uh, many of the testings which are conducted or performed on the insulators in my previous lecture. Today I am going to discuss about the various types of testings generally needs to be conducted to evaluate the insulation's performance and hence the performance of the transformer when it is subjected to the high voltages. So the classification of testing generally to confirm why the testing is performed in the high voltage laboratory. So for confirming the specification and performance of electrical power transformer, it has to go through a number of testing procedures. So some tests are done at transformer manufacturer location before delivering the transformer to the client. So in general, we can say that the testing of transformer is to confirm the specification and its performance characteristic when they are subjected to the nominal system voltage and the over voltage magnitudes. So here you can see the testing conducted on transformer to evaluate its performance is categorized into the four major parts as per Indian Standard 2026. So routine test. So routine test is generally performed on each and every equipment. So that routine test includes measurement of DC resistance, okay, then the voltage ratio test, polarity test or phasing out test, short circuit test just to measure the impedance loss or the load losses, open circuit test to measure no load loss and no load current, the insulation resistance measurement, dielectric test on load tap changer, oil pressure test on transformer to check against the leakages, past joints and gaskets. So these are the routine tests which you have to perform on each and every transformers. The type test. So type test normally performed on few equipments from a lot of the same design. So you can include DC resistance measurement as a type test, voltage ratio test, polarity test, phasing out test, short circuit test, open circuit test. In addition to these four, in addition to this testings that we are considering as a routine test, the others are the temperature rise test, impulse voltage withstand test, vacuum test on tank and the radiators. So these are the type tests which you have to perform on a sample piece of transformer from a lot of transformer of a same design. Okay, it is not required to conduct the test on each and every pieces of transformer when you are conducting either temperature rise test, impulse voltage withstand test or the vacuum test. The special test, it is performed if the customer is asking you to conduct. Okay, you cannot allow to conduct the special test without the prior permission or prior requirement of the customer. Okay, so it includes measurement of zero sequence impedance of three-phase transformer, harmonics of no load current, acoustic noise level measurement, measurement of power taken by or power consumed by the fans and oil pumps, and the test on accessories like Bucose relay, temperature indicators, pressure relief valves, oil preservation system, etc. So these are the tests which normally the customer is asking to conduct the test. Supplementary test. okay, so normally performed only when the additional information is required, so like back to back test and the efficiency test. So if customer need some additional informations like the voltage regulation and the efficiency, then the testing engineer has to conduct either back to back test or the efficiency test. So power frequency voltage withstand test, which is also known as a dielectric test on the transformer, which is generally performed in two different stages. Either you can test the voltage withstanding capacity by using a separate source, so it is known as a separate source voltage withstand test, or you can test the voltage withstanding capacity under the application of double frequency, so that is known as induced voltage withstand test of transformer, which is also known as a double frequency double voltage test on transformer. So in today's lecture I am going to describe about these two different types of test. So here you can see this is the circuit arrangement, that is how you have to connect your three-phase transformer to check its voltage withstanding capacity by using a separate source voltage. So here you can see that the entire circuit arrangement or entire test circuit includes the voltage source. Okay, of course this is a lower voltage which you have to magnify to a required test voltage value by means of test transformer. So this is a single phase device. Okay, your testing transformer which is used to produce the test voltage is single phase. Okay, so this test will allow you to check the windings one by one, the voltage withstanding capacity of transformer windings one by one by keeping other windings sorted to the ground. The voltage measurement, as you can see over here, it is done by using capacitance voltage divider method. Okay, so you have the adjustable auto transformer through which you can raise the voltage to obtain the required test level. Okay, then testing transformer, which is step up transformer. So at the primary of testing transformer you can measure the voltage and current by using ammeters and voltmeters, whereas the high potential at secondary of testing transformer is measured with the help of capacitive voltage divider method. Okay, and here you can see this is the transformer which is put up under the test. So here you can see how the connections are made. So dielectric test is intended to check the ability of main insulation with respect to the ground and between the winding. So this is the basic requirement for conducting the test. Okay, if one want to determine the insulation capability between the winding and the ground, or between the two windings, then he or she has to conduct this dielectric test. So let us see how this separate voltage test is to be performed. Okay, the method is similar to that what we have discussed related to the power frequency withstand voltage test on insulators. So first what you have to do, all the three line terminals of winding to be tested are connected together. Here you can see, okay, here the input side is connected to the primary of the transformer, where the three windings are connected together, means you have to first make them sorted. Then the other winding terminals which are not under the test, okay, and also the tank of transformers should be grounded. So here you can see that the secondary is connected with all the windings and the tank, and at the end they are grounded. So this is the winding, the primary winding is under the test, and secondary winding is not in the test, so it is grounded via this metallic tank. After that, the single phase power frequency voltage of approximately sinusoidal wave shape is applied for 60 seconds to the terminals of winding which is under the test. Okay, so you have to raise the voltage until you are reaching to the required test value. Once you set the test voltage level, wait at least for 1 minute. If during the 1 minute, if you suppose examine the failure to the insulation, then the sample fail indication will glow up and the testing engineer can report that the transformer's insulation is not capable to withstand the applied voltage magnitude for a 1 minute of time under the lab environmental condition specified by IEC standard. Okay, and if nothing is happening, then on the control panel you can see or you can direct it by glowing the sample pass indicator. So when the sample pass indicator will glow up, then one can say that the insulation is better to withstand the applied voltage magnitude under the certain environmental condition. Okay, so the test shall be performed on all the windings one by one. Okay, because you have only the single phase supply. So one by one, first you test the primary winding, then you have to test the secondary winding. So this is how the separate voltage withstand test is to be performed on the transformers to determine its insulation voltage withstanding capacity. So the test is successful if no failure or no breakdown in dielectric of the insulation occur during the test. So in this transformer testing, the peak value of voltage, okay, this is the important term, the peak value of voltage is measured. That is why the capacitor voltage divider with digital peak voltmeter is employed. Okay, as you have seen in the diagram, the capacitor voltage divider is used to measure the peak magnitude of voltage. Okay, because if suppose the breakdown takes place, then we can say the sample will be fail, and you know that the breakdown of the insulation always takes place at peak magnitude of the voltage. So we cannot use the resistance potential divider because it gives the RMS value. So to measure the peak value of the voltage, the capacitor voltage divider is highly suggested. So the peak value multiplied by 0.707 is the test voltage. Okay. So now let us see the video so that you can easily understand that how this separate source voltage withstand test can be conducted in the high voltage laboratories over the transformers.
हाई वोल्टेज टेस्ट ट्रांसफार्मर की ओवरऑल डाइलेक्ट्रिक इंसुलेशन स्ट्रेंथ को जानने के लिए की जाती है। इस टेस्ट में वोल्टेज टेस्ट देकर ट्रांसफार्मर के इंसुलेशन को जांचा जाता है। ट्रांसफार्मर की एलवी वाइंडिंग को अर्थ से जोड़कर 60 सेकंड्स के लिए एचवी वाइंडिंग से एक प्रिस्क्राइब्ड सिंगल फेज पावर फ्रीक्वेंसी वोल्टेज को इंजेक्ट किया जाता है। अभी हम हाई वोल्टेज टेस्ट को परफॉर्म करेंगे। एचवी टेस्ट करने से पहले ट्रांसफार्मर की प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी टर्मिनल्स को सप्लाई लाइन से डिस्कनेक्ट करें। शॉकप्रूफ हैंड ग्लोव्स को अपने हाथों में पहने। ट्रांसफार्मर को अर्थ कनेक्शन से जोड़ें। एलवी वाइंडिंग टर्मिनल को अर्थ कनेक्शन जोड़ें और उन्हें शॉर्ट करें। एचवी वाइंडिंग टर्मिनल को शॉर्ट करें। HV टेस्टिंग ट्रांसफार्मर को HV वाइंडिंग टर्मिनल से जोड़ें। कनेक्शन करने के बाद बजर स्विच दबाएं और टेस्टिंग एरिया के एंट्री गेट को बंद होने दें। टेस्टिंग पैनल के मेन स्विच को ऑन करें। कंट्रोल सर्किट सप्लाई को ऑन करें। टेस्टिंग पैनल से हाई वोल्टेज टेस्टिंग आउटपुट को ऑन करें। पैनल आउटपुट वोल्टेज को 18 kV तक बढ़ाएं। टाइमर स्विच को 1 मिनट के लिए ऑन करें। रेटेड HV करंट पर लीकेज करंट की रीडिंग को लिख लें। समय समाप्त होने पर रीडिंग्स को नोट करें। पैनल आउटपुट वोल्टेज को घटाएं। टेस्टिंग पैनल से हाई वोल्टेज टेस्टिंग आउटपुट को ऑफ करें। कंट्रोल सर्किट सप्लाई को ऑफ करें। टेस्टिंग पैनल के मेन स्विच को ऑफ करें। टेस्ट करने के बाद बजर दबाएं और टेस्टिंग एरिया के एंट्री गेट को खुलने दें। फेस शील्ड पहने और डिस्चार्ज रॉड को अर्थिंग कनेक्शन से जोड़ें। शॉकप्रूफ हैंड ग्लोव्स को अपने हाथों में पहने। ट्रांसफार्मर की HV वाइंडिंग टर्मिनल्स को डिस्चार्ज करें। अर्थिंग कनेक्शन और टेस्टिंग लीड्स को ट्रांसफार्मर अर्थ से निकालें।
So in this video you have seen that how the separate source voltage withstand test is being conducted on the transformer. So I will post the or I will share the video link for this video which you have seen right now in the description of this video, from where you can study more. So the values of the test voltage for different fully insulated windings are furnished as you can see in this table. So if suppose the nominal system voltage rating of equipment is 415 volt, then the highest system voltage rating for equipment is 1.1 kilovolt. So rated short duration power frequency voltage at which you have to conduct this withstand test is 3 kilovolt. Similarly, for 11 kV the highest voltage value is 12 kV and it should withstand up to the voltage of 28 kV for a shorter duration. Similarly, 33 kV it is 36 kilovolt, 70 kilovolt. So approximately you can see it is 1.5 to 2 times more than the nominal system voltage. So the insulation of that equipment must be capable enough to withstand the voltage magnitude of 1.5 to 2 times more than the nominal system voltage. So winding with graded insulation which has a neutral intended for direct earthing is normally tested at 38 kilovolt. Now let us see the induced voltage withstand test. So this induced voltage withstand test is also known as the double frequency double voltage test. So the induced voltage test of transformer is intended to check the interturn and line and insulation as well as main insulation to earth and between the windings. So this is the requirement of the testing. Okay, so by conducting the induced AC voltage test, one can check the interturn insulation or the insulation between the two turns of the same winding. The engineer can also check the line and insulation as well as the main insulation between the windings and winding to the earth. So let us see the process. So first, keep the primary winding of the transformer open circuited, as you can see over here. Okay, the windings, HV winding, that is the primary winding of the transformer, which is kept open circuited. Then apply a 3-phase voltage to the secondary winding. The applied voltage should be twice of rated voltage of secondary winding in magnitude and frequency. So frequency is suppose the rated frequency for the transformer is 50 hertz, then the frequency at which you have to apply double voltage to the secondary is 100 hertz. Okay, and if the secondary winding has a voltage of, let us say, 1 kV, then you have to set 2 kV at 100 hertz. The duration of the test shall be of 60 seconds again. So for 1 minute of time, you have to keep the supply to the transformer in on condition, just to see whether the damaging effect has been created or not. So the test shall start with a reduced voltage lower than the 1/3 of full test voltage, and then it is quickly increased to a desired value. So purpose of using a double frequency is just to avoid the excess of excitation current during the test. So double frequency is generally obtained from the separate alternator. If the test frequency exceeds twice the rated frequency, okay, if the test frequency exceeds twice the rated frequency of transformer, then the duration for the test will be calculated from this formula. So time to conduct the test is 120 into rated frequency upon test frequency. Okay, and the unit is in terms of seconds. So whatever the value that you are getting should not be less than 15 seconds. Okay, so suppose the rated frequency is 50 hertz and test frequency is 100 hertz. Okay, so here you can see that the test frequency, if suppose it exceeds twice the rated frequency. So when this situation is arising, if your source contains the peak more than 1, okay, so in that case it is obvious that if the source contains the harmonics, then the frequency is obviously somewhat higher than the twice the rated frequency. Okay, so in that case the time which is required to give the voltage with harmonics is lower than 60 seconds. But when you are calculating it, at least you have to take care of this. The time up to which you have to apply the voltage with that non-standard frequency value should not be less than 15 seconds. So this is about the induced voltage withstand test on the transformer. Thank you.